In a dusty village surrounded by dry fields and broken promises, lived a man named Varun. He was 35 and had already earned a reputation of failure. He had dropped out of school early, tried running a mobile repair shop. It collapsed in 6 months. Tried driving a rickshaw. He crashed it. Tried goat farming. Half the goats disappeared in a thunderstorm. People laugh behind his back. If Varun touches water, it'll catch fire. But the worst part was, Varun agreed with them. Every day, he sat near the local tea stall, sipping watery chai and repeating the same phrase. I'm just not made for success. It's not in my fate. One afternoon, an old man named Yusuf, who once laid bricks for a living but was now known for mentoring the village youth, sat beside him. He watched Varun for a while, then said something simple. You failed. Yes, but maybe not at life. Maybe just at the way you're thinking about life. Varun looked confused. What do you mean? You are not cursed, Yusuf said. You just keep telling yourself the same sad story and believing it. Change your thinking and the story will change. That night, Varun couldn't sleep. Yusuf's words repeated in his mind like an echo. It's not your life. It's your thinking. The next morning, Varun took a broken notebook and wrote down every time in the last year he'd said, I can't, it won't work, or I'm unlucky. He counted 47 times, not 47 failures. 47 thoughts. Thoughts he believed like truths. He stared at the list and felt something crack, not in fear, but in realization. Maybe it's not my life that's broken. Maybe it's just the way I think about it. From that day, Varun made a vow. I will no longer decide my future with old thoughts. I will try with new thinking. He began with something strange, working with clay. As a child, he loved molding mud into shapes. So he borrowed a lump of clay from a local potter and started shaping small planters by hand. The first ones were crooked. The next ones cracked in the sun. But he didn't quit. Every time a planter broke, he said, I'm learning. Not, I failed. Soon, he made 10 simple but beautiful clay pots. He painted them with natural colors, turmeric yellow, deep green, earthy brown. He gave them to the tea seller, who placed them near the stall with small plants inside. People noticed. One said, this looks like a city shop display. Someone asked to buy one, then 2, then 10. Varun named his small venture, Mitika, things born from the soil. 2 years later, Varun's handmade clay planters were being sold online through a small Instagram page run by his niece. Local boutiques placed orders. He hired 3 village boys who also thought they were useless. He trained them not just to mold clay, but to shape new thoughts about themselves. One day, a young boy who had just failed his board exam sat beside him at the tea stall and said, Uncle, I think I'm just not made for success. Varun smiled, handed him a smooth clay planter with a tiny green sapling growing inside. Neither was I, until I changed my thinking. That changed everything. Let's learn from the story. 1. Self-pity. Meaning, feeling sorry for yourself and your situation. Example, after failing the exam, he drowned in self-pity instead of preparing again. 2. Self-awareness. Meaning, understanding your own thoughts, emotions, and behavior. Example, Varun's journey began when he developed self-awareness about his negative thinking. 3. Resilience. meaning the ability to recover from difficulties and keep going. Example, despite many failures, Varun showed great resilience by trying again. 4. Constructive thinking, meaning positive and solution-focused thinking. Example, instead of saying, I can't, he used constructive thinking to say, I learn. 5. Expectation, meaning a belief that something will happen in a certain way. Example, his negative expectations always made him give up before he even started. 6. Persistence, meaning the quality of continuing to try despite obstacles. Example, it was Varun's persistence that turned his hobby into a business. 7. Transformation, meaning a complete and meaningful change in someone or something. Example, his life went through a transformation after he changed his way of thinking.